Good evening and welcome to Year 9 Virtual Options Evening 2021 at Bingley Grammar School. To reassure you right from the start, this is a relatively simple process for Year 8, okay? After I've done the talking, there is subject information on the website, lots and lots more information about the choices you have, even though the choices in Year 8 are relatively simple and straightforward. Okay, obviously option forms will be online this year and that will be released on Tuesday the 20th of April, and option forms should be completed by the 26th of April. As I will say, remind you at the end of this little presentation, obviously at any stage if you need any help, please get in contact with myself, David Ashley. Email address is at the bottom there, or in fact my assistant James Vasey email address is there. Both of us look after the curriculum, and that way you can get in contact quickly if you need to for any reason. Okay, I'm going to start out with a little bit about the new GCSE grades. The reason being that obviously when most parents did their GCSEs, obviously it was the old-fashioned A star to C, or even simply the A to C type of thing that was the standard pass, if you like, at GCSE. Okay, we've now got a slightly different system because we've got numbers instead of letters, and of course we've now got two different types of passes. And to give you a little bit of an idea, the old-fashioned C is now split into a grade 4 and a grade 5. The B is also split into a grade 5 and a grade C. To cut a long story short, what we've actually got now is two different styles of pass. We've got a standard pass, which is a grade 4, which is, if you like, the lower end of the grade C in previous instances. However, we've now got what's called a strong pass at a grade 5, which is, if you like, the top end of C, lower end of a B. Obviously, because of this new harder benchmark for the strong pass, we're aiming for as many pupils as possible to get the grade 5 or above. Okay, so I'm just reminding you of that at this stage. You will see this slide, I'm sure, lots of times as your child progresses through the year group. But I'd like to remind people of that at the moment. Okay, so we're aiming at a higher grade for the pass mark for the majority of our students. Okay, now moving on to what we're actually going to do. Okay. In light of this, and of course in light of the fact we've had the pandemic and we've been struggling with keeping the teaching going as it would have happened normally, we're going to try and keep to a straightforward curriculum model this year. We're going to ensure everybody has a good spread of academic subjects, and actually the majority of subjects will be just exactly the same and continuing on in the core. What we are trying to do is have increased time for maths and English, obviously the key subjects that are vital that as many pupils as possible succeed at when they make the progression at GCSE. Okay, and one of the ways we're doing this is we're going to maximise choice in year 10 by specialising in humanities / languages in year 9. More details about this a little bit further on, but it's a relatively simple choice to get going with a couple of subjects early so that we can actually enable us to keep as many subjects alive in year 10 and going forward. Just to remind you, a little bit of a plug for ourselves here, we currently have one of the widest range of courses of any sixth form in Bradford. So you know that choice is with us. This is a relatively small choice at this stage, however. Okay, so very simple process in year 8. Okay, you will continue with the majority of subjects that you're currently studying, and they will make your full choices next year with the full options programme at the end of year 9 going through into year 10. Okay, we'll produce a balanced curriculum, as many pupils as possible to maximise their choices post 16. Okay, so we're going to be specialising in small number of subjects, as I said, to do with the humanities and languages, and we'll look through to that on the next slide. Bearing in mind that the majority of the choices will happen next year, not now at this stage. Okay, so the main choice is really about the EBAC. Okay, the government has an expectation that 90% of pupils in current year 8 will take a language and a humanity. By humanity, we're talking geography or history at this stage. However, the vast majority of schools are nowhere near this number, and we feel, along with a number of other schools, that this really is your choice. We care that you and your child makes the best choice for yourselves. Okay? So, in a nutshell, we are going to allow pupils, if they feel it's not appropriate for themselves and the language route is not their best direction, then we are going to allow those pupils to drop their language at this stage, and by dropping that, it means that they can concentrate on the geography and history instead. So it's a simple choice, really. Okay, so pupils who wish to carry on with your language, either Spanish or French, they can choose to study either geography or history. Now, at this stage, what that would mean is someone carried on with, for argument's sake, Spanish. They then chose geography. They would, in fact, be dropping the history. For those pupils that do drop history at that stage, or in fact drop geography at that stage, there may be a possibility of them picking that other subject up when the full options choices happen in year 10. Okay, but at this stage you would be specialising in Spanish and either geography or history, or French and either geography or history. Okay. For those pupils that have made the decision, really, languages are not for me, it's not my major skill area, and I want to carry on in the other areas all the way through, you can drop your language at this stage, and you would carry on studying for geography and history at that stage, with the possibility of carrying that all the way through to the end and getting a quality GCSEs in geography and history. Okay, so it's really quite a simple choice. You carry on with your language and choose geography or history, or you drop your language and then you carry on studying geography and history. Everything else, your maths, your English, your science, all those sorts of things, you're just going to be carrying on as normal, and in fact all your other subjects like art and drama and so on, all of those areas will be carrying on as normal, and you'll make the final choices as we go through at the end of year 9 going into year 10. Okay, so I've talked a little bit. The main important thing really is whether you are going to carry on with your languages or not, and whether you're going to carry on with geography or history, or actually you're going to drop your languages and do geography and history. Obviously, the subject specialisms for geography and history and Spanish and French, I've put together a little video, and that is now on the website. You can find that video and see more details about what those courses are about and how well you will work on those courses, and whether those courses are suitable for you or not. So those ones are there for you now, and that's actually much more important than my talk here. Mine was just to give you the introduction. You want to find out the details of those courses and try and make those choices a little bit more carefully. Okay, as I said right back at the beginning, if you need to get in contact for any reason, please do so. My email address there, david.ashley@bingleygrammar.org, and in sharing the same office with me, working on the curriculum alongside myself, is james.vasek@bingleygrammar.org as well. Either of those two you can get in contact with. Okay, options forms will be coming live imminently, and if they could be completed by the 26th of April. If there are any issues though, please get in contact. It is not a first come first served or anything like that, and obviously we'd much rather know if there's any issues rather than you completing a form too early and not necessarily knowing exactly what you're doing. So please make sure you get in contact if there's any queries at all, and hopefully that's been useful. Now I can shut up, because the most important thing is for you to go ahead and look on the website and find out the information about the Spanish, the French, the geography and the history, and decide which way that you will in fact be going. Thank you very much.